Have you ever stopped to wonder why, even though you take care of your diet, exercise regularly, and try to do everything right, it feels like your legs aren't keeping up with the rest of your body? Why does every step seem steeper than it did a few years ago? Why does getting up from a chair take a little longer than before? Is this simply aging? Or could there be a silent factor that's slowly harming your leg strength and mobility without you realizing it? The answer may surprise you. The problem isn't only about what you don't do, but also about what you do every single day, fully believing it's good for your health. And this has a direct connection to certain fruits we've been told our whole lives are natural, full of vitamins, and perfect for any age. The truth, however, is that not every fruit is beneficial for people over 60. On the contrary, some of them, consumed routinely and with confidence, can increase inflammation, harm circulation, cause joint pain, and over time, weaken your legs. Yes, those same fruits sitting on your breakfast table, your afternoon snack plate, or in your shopping cart, bought under the impression you're making the right choice. The body changes as the years go by. Metabolism slows, blood vessels become more fragile, circulation loses efficiency, and joints grow more sensitive. And what once seemed harmless, or even healthy, can become a silent enemy of your mobility. The worst part? The effects don't appear immediately. They're subtle. A small discomfort today, slight swelling tomorrow, unexpected stiffness after a short walk, until one day you realize your legs no longer respond like they used to. So, if you've been feeling leg fatigue even after small efforts, pain in your knees, ankles, or hips, heaviness or swelling in your feet and calves, or even that morning stiffness that just won't go away, part of the explanation could be on your plate, more specifically, in the fruits you've been eating, believing they're always good for you. Today, we're going to reveal the 7 fruits that may be accelerating the wear and tear on your legs and harming your quality of life after 60. And that's not all. I'll also show you which fruits actually help maintain strength, mobility, and healthy joints. Get ready, because once you've read to the end, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. But before we begin, if your health matters to you, take a deep breath, open your mind, and stay with me until the end. The information you're about to discover could be the turning point between living with daily discomforts or regaining the freedom to walk with firm, pain-free steps. The first silent villains. 1. Pineapple, the anti-inflammatory. That can inflame pineapple has always been promoted as a natural ally against inflammation, thanks to the enzyme bromelain, famous for helping digestion and muscle recovery. But what almost no one talks about is that, for people over 60, this friend may actually have a dangerous side. The problem lies in 2 main factors. Excess natural sugar. Pineapple contains a high amount of fructose, a type of sugar that, in bodies with a slower metabolism, causes quick glycemic spikes. These spikes can damage the small blood vessels responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients to the legs. Over time, this compromises circulation, increases swelling, and creates a feeling of heaviness. High acidity, the very feature that gives pineapple its refreshing taste, can worsen joint inflammation and even aggravate arthritis. If you already experience knee, hip, or ankle pain, eating pineapple frequently can be like pouring fuel on the fire. And there's more. Bromelain can interact with blood-thinning medications, altering their effectiveness. In other words, for anyone taking such medications, the risks are even greater. What makes this situation more complicated is that the effects aren't immediate. You eat pineapple thinking you're doing something good for your health, and only after months or years do you notice your legs losing strength or your joints becoming stiffer. 2. Banana, the muscle friend. That can deceive you. Bananas have always had the reputation of protecting muscles, being rich in potassium, and considered a quick source of energy for people who exercise. But for those over 60, the scenario can be quite different. The big issue with bananas is their high glycemic index. Packed with fast-absorbing carbohydrates, they can cause sharp spikes in blood sugar levels, something that triggers inflammation and compromises muscle strength in the legs. The signs creep in slowly. Unusual tiredness when climbing stairs, a heavy, swollen feeling after meals, persistent stiffness or mild pain in the feet and calves. And there's another concern. For people with heart problems or a tendency toward fluid retention, bananas can make things worse. Too much potassium encourages fluid buildup in tissues, leading to swelling in the feet and ankles. It's an ironic paradox. You eat bananas to avoid cramps and maintain muscle strength, but over time, they may end up causing more discomfort than benefits. 3. Grapes, small, sweet, and potentially harmful grapes, are wildly popular when it comes to antioxidants and heart health. They're small, practical, and delicious. But it's exactly this convenience that can make them a silent villain. The issue lies in their concentrated fructose content. Unlike glucose, the fructose in grapes is metabolized directly by the liver. When consumed in excess, something very easy to do with small fruits like these, the liver converts much of that sugar into fat and uric acid. Uric acid, in turn, accumulates in the joints, increasing the risk of inflammation, stiffness, and pain. Anyone who suffers from gout or ankle and foot discomfort knows this story well. Another critical point: it's hard to eat just a few grapes. One handful quickly becomes 2, 3, or more, and the higher the quantity, the greater the impact on the liver and joints. Common symptoms linked to frequent grape consumption include sharp pain in the big toe, especially at night, morning stiffness in the knees and ankles, a persistent, heavy, tired feeling in the legs. In the end, grapes can be a classic example of the more natural, the more dangerous, especially when eaten without moderation. The partial summary. So far, we've seen 3 fruits that seem harmless but can actually speed up inflammation, cause swelling, and reduce leg strength. Pineapple, dangerous sugars and acidity. Banana, fast carbs and fluid retention. Grapes, high fructose and uric acid risks. In part 3, we'll reveal the 4 remaining silent villains, including one beloved in summer and another that many people consider the healthiest of all, but which may actually be quietly damaging your joints. 4. Watermelon, the hydrator that can sabotage your legs. Few fruits are as closely associated with summer as watermelon. Refreshing, light, and sweet, it seems like the perfect choice for hydration on hot days. But for those over 60, this impression can be misleading. The problem lies in watermelon's high glycemic index. Although it's made up mostly of water, it causes quick spikes in blood sugar, similar to candy or desserts. These spikes force your body to release more insulin, and with a slower metabolism, this can overload circulation and muscles. The signs appear subtly: immediate tiredness after eating a few slices, a persistent heavy feeling in your legs, even with little effort, swelling around the ankles and feet, which worsens by the end of the day. For people with diabetes or prediabetes, eating watermelon frequently can make blood sugar control even harder, contributing to the gradual weakening of the legs. It's an ironic paradox. The fruit feels light and harmless, but inside an aging body, it can act as a trigger for inflammation and circulatory discomfort. 5. Orange, the refreshing boost that can attack your joints. Oranges are practically synonymous with vitamin C and immunity. They're at the breakfast table, in juices, and even in supplements. But for many people over 60, this fruit can be one of the biggest enemies of healthy joints. There are 2 main reasons for this. High acidity. Oranges are rich in citric acid, which for a younger body is usually no problem. But as you age, joints become more sensitive, and this acidity can irritate tissues already inflamed. Natural sugars. While seemingly harmless, the sugars in oranges can worsen inflammation when consumed in excess and cause blood sugar fluctuations, directly impacting muscle strength. If you often wake up with stiff knees, feel hip pain, or notice that your legs tire faster than before, your daily glass of orange juice might be part of the problem, even if you've always believed it was healthy. The effect is gradual and silent. You drink it thinking you're boosting your immune system, but over time, you could be wearing down your joints and making even simple movements more difficult. 6. Green apple, the healthy snack that can cause stiffness. Green apples are widely seen as the healthiest variety of apple. They're less sweet, crispier, and often recommended as a quick, nutritious snack. But for people over 60, this reputation can be deceptive. The main concern is the presence of malic acid, which gives green apples their slightly tart flavor. While harmless for younger people, malic acid can irritate sensitive joints. Many seniors report experiencing leg stiffness, hip discomfort, or even nighttime cramps after eating green apples frequently. Another little-known detail: even though they're less sweet than red apples, green apples still contain enough fructose to cause minor blood sugar spikes. With a slower metabolism, these fluctuations can trigger muscle fatigue and a feeling of weaker legs. So, the harmless green apple may actually be quietly contributing to stiffness, discomfort, and restless nights. 7. Mango, the sugar explosion for your joints. Last but perhaps most impactful is the mango. Sweet, soft, and irresistible, it's considered a tropical delight. But for anyone aging, it can be one of the biggest threats to healthy legs and joints. Mangoes are packed with high levels of fructose, which, when consumed in excess, can lead to sharp spikes in blood sugar levels, silent inflammation in the soft tissues surrounding your knees, ankles, and hips, a tingling or burning sensation in the feet, especially for those already dealing with nerve sensitivity. What makes mangoes even riskier is how easy they are to overeat. Unlike denser fruits, their soft texture is deceiving. They seem light, but each serving delivers a heavy sugar load. If you've been experiencing swelling in your ankles by evening, heaviness in your legs, or trouble walking long distances, part of the cause might be the cumulative effects of too much natural sugar from mangoes. Partial summary. Now that we've covered all 7 silent villains, let's summarize the risks they pose. Excess natural sugars damage blood vessels and increase inflammation. High acidity irritates sensitive joints. Blood sugar fluctuations affect muscles and circulation. Cumulative effects. Symptoms build up slowly and almost imperceptibly. When eaten frequently, these fruits could be contributing to weaker legs, joint pain, and reduced mobility. In Part 4, we'll flip the script and focus on the fruit allies, the ones that protect your joints, strengthen your legs, improve circulation, and help you regain lightness in your movements. The fruits that strengthen your legs and joints. After learning about the 7 silent villains, the inevitable question arises: if these fruits can harm my legs, what should I eat instead to improve my mobility and reduce pain? The good news is that nature also provides powerful allies. Some fruits are packed with antioxidants, fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats that fight inflammation, protect muscles, and strengthen your joints. Let's take a closer look at these options. Baba Quarti 1. Berries. The anti-inflammatory champions. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. These tiny fruits are loaded with a huge amount of antioxidants called anthocyanins, which fight free radicals and reduce inflammation throughout the body. Main benefits for people over 60. Reduce joint pain. The compounds in berries help protect the soft tissues around your knees and ankles. Improved circulation. They promote better blood flow to the legs and feet, easing heaviness and swelling. Blood sugar control. With a low glycemic index, they don't cause sharp spikes in blood glucose. Eating just 1 serving daily can make a noticeable difference in a matter of weeks. A handful of blueberries for breakfast or a few raspberries as an afternoon snack can give you a real sense of lightness when walking. 2. Cherries. Silent relief for your joints. Cherries are a special case. Beyond their sweet, tangy flavor, they contain compounds like anthocyanins and polyphenols, which help reduce uric acid levels in the blood. This is particularly helpful for those dealing with gout. Cherries can help minimize painful flare-ups in the big toe. Recurrent inflammation. They work as a natural anti-inflammatory soothing joint discomfort. Muscle stiffness. Regular moderate consumption can improve flexibility and mobility. However, moderation is key. A small portion a few times per week is enough to enjoy the benefits without overwhelming your body with excess fructose. 3. Avocado, the joint protector. Many people forget that avocado is technically a fruit, and among all fruits, it's one of the most complete for anyone wanting to preserve leg strength and joint health. Why it's so powerful? Healthy fats, rich in omega-9 and other beneficial lipids that lubricate joints and reduce internal inflammation. Blood sugar stability. Unlike sugar-heavy fruits, avocados help keep your glucose levels stable, avoiding the dangerous spikes and crashes. Satiety and weight control. Its healthy fats help you feel fuller for longer, preventing overeating and reducing pressure on the knees and ankles. Best of all, avocados are extremely versatile. You can enjoy them plain, blended with cocoa, in salads, or even as a creamy spread. Adding them to your diet a few times per week can gradually improve mobility and muscular endurance. 4. Papaya, the friend of digestion and joints. If there's one fruit that's gentle on the body, it's papaya. It's rich in natural enzymes like papain, which aid digestion and act as natural anti-inflammatories. Benefits for people over 60. Lighter digestion. A healthy digestive system improves the absorption of essential nutrients for muscles and joints. Reduced leg pain. Papaya compounds help soothe internal inflammation. Gut comfort. A healthier gut is directly linked to lower overall inflammation in the body. Papaya is perfect for breakfast or even before bedtime since it's easy to digest and can contribute to more restful nights. 5. Pear, the balanced sweetness. Pears are an excellent choice for those who enjoy sweetness without overloading on sugar. Their secret lies in their high fiber content, which slows down fructose absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes. Advantages for legs and joints. Steady energy release, avoiding that drained, weak feeling after eating. Weight management, reducing pressure on the knees. Muscle support, since pears don't interfere with insulin regulation. Pairing a pear with a small source of protein, like a handful of nuts, turns it into a nutritious and functional snack for anyone wanting to keep their legs strong and their movements fluid. Partial summary. Now that we've identified the fruit allies, you have a clearer roadmap for replacing harmful habits. Choose fruits with a low glycemic index, like berries and pears. Rely on natural anti-inflammatories such as cherries, papaya, and avocado. Gradually reduce your consumption of the 7 silent villains without needing to eliminate fruit entirely. These small, intentional swaps can lead to real improvements in pain relief, stiffness, and overall leg strength. In Part 5, we'll wrap up with practical tips for building a smarter fruit strategy, along with a motivational motivational message to inspire you to regain freedom of movement and a healthier, lighter life. The path to stronger legs and freer movement. Now that you know the 7 silent villains and have discovered which fruits actually protect your joints, improve circulation, and strengthen your muscles, you might be wondering, but can changing just a few habits really make that much difference? The answer is yes. As the years go by, your body demands more attention, smarter strategies, and greater care. This doesn't mean giving up pleasures or living under strict restrictions. It simply means choosing more wisely what you put on your plate. Small changes made today can translate into huge results in the future. Choosing fruits that support your legs isn't just about nutrition. It's an investment in your mobility, your independence, and your overall quality of life. Build your smarter fruit bowl. Here's a simple, practical, step-by-step guide to transform your habits. 1. Reduce your consumption of the villain fruits. You don't have to eliminate them forever, but cut back on frequency and avoid large portions. For example, if you love mangoes, try eating small pieces just once or twice a week, and always pair them with fiber or protein to soften blood sugar spikes. 2. Prioritize protective fruits. Include berries, pears, avocados, papaya, and occasionally cherries in your daily diet. These options will reduce inflammation, enhance flexibility, and make your steps feel lighter and easier. 3. Pay attention to your body's signals. Morning stiffness, swelling by the end of the day, that dragging sensation when you walk. These are silent alerts. Adjusting your fruit choices can bring noticeable improvements in just a few weeks. 4. Combine diet with movement. The right fruits help, but they aren't miracles on their own. Add light walks, daily stretching, and muscle-strengthening exercises to create a complete, effective routine for healthy legs. The science of small steps. When we think about aging, we often imagine dramatic changes, but the truth is, consistency creates transformation. 1 different fruit a day, a small tweak in sugar intake, a short, regular walk. These tiny decisions, compounded over time, create a massive impact. Remember, the health of your legs isn't lost overnight, and it isn't regained overnight either. But step by step, you can restore your strength, stability, and the freedom to move without pain. A message for you. If you've made it this far, it tells me something important. You care about your health, your independence, and your quality of life, and that alone already puts you ahead of most people. Aging doesn't mean losing vitality. It means learning to care for your body more intelligently. Every choice you make, every fruit, every meal, every step can either bring you closer to or further from the active life you desire. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to give your body what it truly needs. If today you decide to swap one fruit that inflames for another that protects, you'll be building a future filled with more freedom, lightness, and effortless movement. Gisat that a final invitation. If this information opened your eyes or helped you in any way, share your experience. Did you discover a fruit that might have been harming you? Are you planning to change your habits starting today? Leave a comment, like this content, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your participation could inspire others to regain their health and mobility. And never forget, the independence of your life rests in your steps. Take care of them with love. Closing thoughts. With these insights, you now have a clear roadmap to protect your legs, strengthen your joints, and improve your quality of life after 60. It's not about giving up pleasures. It's about making conscious choices so that every meal works for your body, not against it.